Recording. Okay, good morning. Thank you everyone for attending. Last week we talked about, I'm gonna allow some other people to talk. Unmute you guys if you want. Last week we talked about smoke inhalation, what the possible health effects were from being exposed to it, long-term, short-term. Some of you who attended, you might remember that I talked about some of the smoke that we were exposed to might have had heavy metals and certain chemicals in it. So I talked about detoxing some of those small particles, helping repair the lungs, and really working on any oxidative damage. And so that kind of led me to this week in talking about a 21-day detox. There are a lot of people who get interested in doing detox, but I do find that the majority of them are ill-prepared, meaning you want to kind of prepare as you're going into a detox, and then you want to have all the right foods available, proteins, that type of stuff, to really make sure that your detox is done in a way that, you know, your body is easily detoxing, but you're not experiencing so many ill effects. And so I think there's a lot of people that, you know, do some research and they do these like quick juice fasts and that type of stuff and really suffer during that detox, and then thus have, you know, disdain for detoxes and don't ever want to do them again. And I do think majority of people really do benefit from a detox, especially during this time with the pandemic. I think a lot of us have been eating more, drinking more. We're usually choosing foods that are high in sugar or are comfort foods, right? So they're high in sugar, a lot of flour and that type of stuff, which can lead to inflammation. It can lead to blood sugar imbalances, and overall just contribute to toxicity. Plus then we had the poor air quality, which added a whole nother whopper of a toxic load. But even without having experienced that poor air quality, it's estimated that there's about 80,000 chemicals registered in the USA that are in use. And that the average adult has about 167 industrial chemicals in their body unrelated to their job. So there are certain jobs where your toxic load is going to be much higher: dentists, house painters, that type of stuff. But a detox can help kind of clear out some of those chemicals and just give your body a rest. And so what are some of the toxicity symptoms? Fatigue, poor sleep quality, congestion, stuffy head, GI issues, food cravings, weight gain, skin issues, itching, dull skin, rashes, joint pain. Those are all really common. There are some companies, Standard Process is one that I really like, where they do a questionnaire, a toxicity questionnaire beforehand, and you can see it goes a little bit more in depth. Nausea, you know, on the GI stuff. Is there nausea? Is there constipation, heartburn? Is there mood swings, anger, irritability? How's your energy? Is it sluggish? Is it hyperactive? Any itchy ears, drainage from your ears, eyes, watery eyes, you know, the classic allergic shiners, any chest pain, skipped heartbeats, headaches, fainting, and you can see that the list goes on and on. And so these might seem like too, you know, nebulous, like they can fit under a lot of categories. And so how do we know that it's really due to a toxic load? Well, we don't know for sure. But we can say that the more positives you have and experience frequently, the more likely you are to benefit from a detox, a medical grade kind of detox. And then how do you determine your toxic load? Well, do you eat processed foods ever? Do you eat fast foods, alcohol, coffee, eat non-organic fruits, vegetables, not, you know, hormone laden meat, that type of stuff, soda, any preservatives, dyes in your food, additives? Pretty much anyone that's eating out of a box is going to have been exposed to some of that. So you can see that there's a good chance that we all have some variants of a toxic load. Standard Process goes through a little bit more detail about other possible exposures. You know, we have to always look at what you're cleaning your house with, disinfectants, you know, drain cleaners, furniture polish, that type of stuff, pesticides, a lot of cosmetics, perfume, nail polish, that type of stuff. And really looking at what's coming into the household too. Pets, how's your air, how's your filter system, that type of stuff, your water purification system. So there is most of us are having some sort of toxic exposure. And a 21-day detox, even a 10-day detox can really be beneficial. Basically, you are giving your body a break for 10 days, 21 days, where you're removing intolerances, allergies, preservatives, you're eating all whole foods, and you're just giving your body a break from what you're actually putting in. So broadly speaking, you're going to get rid of all the most common food allergens: gluten, soy, dairy, corn, potatoes, citrus, peanuts, alcohol, coffee, that type of stuff. And then you want to replace some of those meals with protein shakes. And those protein shakes are going to have fruits, vegetables, herbs, things that help with the detoxification process. And when we're talking about detoxifying, it's not just your GI that's eliminating waste. Your liver is important, your gallbladder is important, your kidneys are important. Those all are part of this detoxification pathway. And so I do like companies that use kind of medical grade protein shakes, not only because the herbs that they put in it help with those different parts of the detoxification pathways, but the protein themselves provide those amino acids that also help with the detoxification pathways. So I do prefer protein shakes over people who are doing detoxes that are just juice fast or water fast or something like that. And pretty much everyone can benefit from a 10-day, 21-day detox because you're not only giving your body a rest, you're helping detox, and we all have been exposed to toxins. And you will see that most people will walk away from it saying that they have more energy, they were sleeping better, their skin improved, they lost weight, all those things that most of us are suffering from, especially during this time. There are companies who really, again, Standard Process is one, but there's a lot of others who really make it easy and seamless for patients. They lay out what the pantry should look like. Let me blow this up a little bit more. And so what I like about, for instance, the vegetables that they're choosing vegetables that really also help with the detoxification. Beets, beet greens, radishes, dandelion greens. These are all that really help with the liver detoxifying and the kidneys. They really make this super easy as far as what goes into your pantry, what are some stuff to eat, and then lay out sample meal plans, what to eat days through 1 through 10. And then they also provide the protein shakes. And if you are someone who maybe has some other health concerns, we can add supplements to it that really maybe specifically look at your GI, for instance, where we have added probiotics and that type of stuff. So I think it's a good idea for most people. I don't think it's a must, but if any of you are interested in ever doing a detox, I highly recommend getting support beforehand, because it can be hard on the body if you just jump into it without kind of pre-detoxifying. And if you are going to make those big changes and change what you're eating and that type of stuff, which can be difficult, you really want to make sure that you're feeling supported in every aspect, mentally, emotionally. You want to make sure that your house is it's a good time to clear out some of the toxins in your house, right? Get rid of your plastic food storage stuff, and just really make this a very comprehensive detox time to get the most benefit. Does anybody have any questions? I am going to stop sharing so that I can see if anyone is raising their hand, or if they would like to just go ahead and pipe in. Feel free to do that as well. I am going to say that I am playing around with the idea of maybe doing a group guided detox. Maybe just do a 10-day at first where we meet, and where we can also meet like in a Zoom setting, just to support each other, talk about different meal plans, talk about what's going well, what might not be going well. So look for, I'll probably send out an email to see if anyone's interested in that. Good question. What is the process for children detox? Children detoxing is a little bit more difficult. They have not been exposed to as much as we have as adults. And we really need to be careful that they are not only getting all their nutrients, but really high calorie content as well. Their little bodies burn through a lot and their brains do need sugar. So I probably would not put them on a detox where the protein shake is supplementing for an actual meal. I would probably only do a protein detox shake as like an added thing, as part of a snack. Is that food list still available to see? Is that food list available to me somewhere? The 21-day detox is also called the anti-inflammatory diet, and I can put that up on my website. You can find it online usually, and it just talks about those major food allergens to eliminate. As far as a standard process, they want you to go through their program before you post that on any social media stuff. Another question, is not having drinks still considered a detox? Yeah, if you're talking about alcohol drinks, I mean, I have this question a lot. I think people don't want to give up certain things, such as maybe coffee or alcohol. It's hard for me to say that would be a complete detox, especially alcohol. It's hard on our livers, especially. And I think if you really want to get the most bang out of it, then you would give up the alcohol. Now, if you kept it in, are you still getting some benefit from the diet? Absolutely. You're still getting some benefit. You're eating foods that are not high on the allergen index. You're taking in supplements that help the liver flush, help the kidneys flush, help the GI flush. And so I think in that sense, you would still get some benefit, but I think the most bang for your buck would be get rid of the alcohol. And I have another question. I would love a group detox. I did one once and it was very helpful knowing there were check-ins regularly. That's awesome. Thank you. I will keep you on my list then and reach out if I do decide to do this. I think a 10-day is a good start, but I'm open to a 21-day detox as well, and just kind of figure out how that works, figuring out a time where people can meet in a group setting versus just a one-on-one, although I don't think a one-on-one is that bad of an idea either. But sometimes a group setting, people, for someone like me who doesn't cook, being in a group setting, people share ideas and that type of stuff. There are a lot of products which would fit into a category of toxic cleaners. It'd be easy to highlight those which are home use safe. Do you have personal recommendations? I do have personal recommendations, but as I'm reading that, I'm like, that might be a good subject for next week. What do you guys think about that? I mean, there are a lot of companies that use the basics. You're always pretty safe with vinegar, bleach, water, and essential oils as your cleaning products. But that might be a fun topic to do next week. Would you mind if we held off for a week to answer that? Great, thanks. Anybody else? If anyone has any questions specifically about the diet, please reach out to me. You can email me drl or drlindsay@gmail.com. I will post this on my website. I will try to figure out a place to put the anti-inflammatory diet on my website. I think I have it under, I think I do have it under services. but I'll put it under the articles as like a little side thing. And then what else was I going to say? Next week, I will talk about healthy cleaners. Oh, another question. Any teas, which would be a good detox supplement? Yeah, there are a lot of great teas. If you're willing to drink tea, burdock root comes to mind as a really awesome detox for the liver. Dandelion is another one that's good for the liver and for the kidneys. And then you have stuff that you can help nourish other systems. You know, there is liver detox teas, like from traditional botanicals, that are pretty safe. But yeah, teas are a wonderful way to really help the body detox, especially the kidneys, because right, it's a liquid and it's going to be filtered through the kidneys. Any other questions? What was I? Oh, I was gonna. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oops. So look for the anti-inflammatory diet. Oh, if you specifically have questions, please email me. And if anybody is just kind of like, you know, playing with the idea that they would like to do a group detox, could you let me know? Email me, tell me like times that you think would work, what you're more interested in, 10 days versus 21 days, that type of thing. Then I can kind of get a better read on what people are looking for. Any other questions? No? All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everyone, for attending. I really appreciate the support. And again, please reach out if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next week, and we will talk about toxic cleaners. Bye, everybody.